Have the booing. Champaign, St. Louis Park, Minnesota, I guess. Welcome to the EIB Network. Hello.
Yes. It's an honor talking with you, Mr. Rush.
You're welcome, Champaign.
What I wanted to bring to your attention is I think we should during the debt debate, we should let the cuts kick in, and the $1.2 trillion will kick in, which will be $600 billion in the military. I'm a big military supporter, but that's $50 billion a year for $60 billion a year for 10 years, and then we'll get the other $600 billion in domestic cuts, and then we don't have to raise taxes.
Well, you want $600 billion in defense and $600 billion in Medicare. Those are the two items, the big items that would be cut.
Yes, that's okay with me, because within 10 years, we're going to be $25 trillion in debt, and it's going to happen anyways.
Yeah.
It's out of our control.
Well, it may
why
not
get the cut.
It may not happen. Depends on who's elected. It may not happen. Thing is, this is another $500 billion on top of the $500 billion we just cut. We may need the military someday, even with Obama. But the whole point of this now, look, I understand what you're saying. Look, these cuts have got to happen. Let's bite the bullet and do it, right? That's your thinking on this.
Yes, that's my thinking on it, but it doesn't matter how you look at it. The sentiment in the United States now is we have to bring most of our troops home. If we bring most of our troops home and redefine our military, we can make $50 billion a year cuts and still be just as strong
Well, you realize now the strategy here on the part of the Democrats is to let this happen and then blame the Republicans, because there will also be health care cuts that will be pretty sizable. And the strategy is to go ahead and let these cuts happen and blame the Republicans as part of the campaign. The Democrats are of the opinion people really don't want this stuff cut. They might be saying so, but when it happens to them, they aren't going to be happy. And the strategy, as I say, go ahead and let this stuff happen. The Democrats' strategy is to not come up with a deal and then blame all of what happens, whatever it is, the chaos, on Republicans.
Well, we have the debt debate going on, and we have to negotiate something, so I don't think we have much of a choice.
Well, the reason we don't have much of a choice is because the Democrats do not want to cut anything. They don't want to cut anything. Therefore, they think that if the automatic cuts kick in, they're of the belief that most of the country doesn't want cuts of this size, and that they can turn this into a big electoral advantage for Obama. There's a companion story. Thanks much for the call out there, Champaign. There's a companion story here at the Business Insider. Desperate Obama campaign secretly asking Bill Clinton how to get reelected. 1 year out from the election, the Obama team apparently worried enough about their chances at reelection that the president's top advisors secretly met with former President Clinton in Harlem last week to seek out his advice. Joe Conason at the National Memo reports that the 2-hour-plus meeting, which included Chief Advisor David Axelrod, resulted in Clinton peppering the Obama operatives with dozens of probing questions, specific suggestions, not only concerning their strategy and message, but how to handle a leading Republican candidates, too. Economic conditions and how to address them dominated the discussion. You know, I wonder if Clinton's going to say, I'll tell you boys what you need to do. You need to find Ross Perot or somebody like him and have him run as a third party. Because that's what really helped me out, was a third-party candidate. That's what you need, something out there that's going to split the Republican vote. You think Clinton told him that? I don't think so. I don't think Clinton wants everything. His election was due to a split Republican vote. So he'll chalk it up to great strategy. And so I wonder if he's being paid for this advice. And the real question is Clinton giving them good advice or bad advice on purpose, given that he might not want Obama to win re-election? If I were the regime, I would factor that into whatever Clinton tells them.